It's easy to chalk it up to good genes or a solid skincare routine, but the truth runs deeper. Looking younger than your age often signals something happening beneath the surface. Hidden psychological habits and life choices that shape how you appear to the world. Ancient Stoic philosophers understood that your mind and body are connected. Stress, anxiety, and the emotional weight you carry don't just affect your mood, they show up on your skin, your posture, and your overall energy. The real secret to a youthful appearance isn't found in a bottle, but in the way you think and live, often without even realizing it. So, what's the first hidden reason people like you seem to defy aging? It starts with something simple that you've probably heard countless times, but never thought could actually change how you look. If you're ready to tap into the mindset behind lasting youth, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because true vitality starts from within. Let's look at the real cost of holding on to stress and emotional baggage. The power of letting go isn't just a cliche, it's a psychological tool that directly affects how you look and feel. You might not realize it, but the burdens you refuse to release show up in the smallest details. The tension in your jaw, the tightness around your eyes, the way your shoulders sit a little higher than they should. These are the silent markers of stress, and over time, they become etched into your appearance. Stoic philosophy offers a clear solution. Focus on what you can control, and let go of what you can't. It sounds simple, but think honestly. How much of your day is spent worrying about things that are completely outside your influence? The opinions of others, the mistakes you made years ago, the unpredictable curveballs life throws your way. Every time you replay these thoughts, your body responds by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Unlike the fleeting danger our ancestors faced, today's stressors linger. That means elevated cortisol sticks around, quietly damaging your skin's elasticity and sapping your energy. Prolonged high cortisol levels break down collagen, the very protein that keeps your skin firm and smooth. Chronic stress doesn't just age your mind, it physically ages your body. The result is visible: deeper wrinkles, a dull complexion, and a fatigue that no amount of sleep or caffeine can fully erase. If you've ever seen someone who seems weighed down by life, you know what this looks like. Their stress isn't just internal, it's written all over them. Now compare that to someone who seems to move through life with ease, who accepts setbacks and doesn't waste energy on things they can't change. Their face is more relaxed, their posture open, their presence lighter. This isn't luck or denial, it's a conscious choice to let go of unnecessary burdens. That choice changes their biology. Scientists have found that chronic stress shortens telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of your DNA. Shorter telomeres mean your cells age faster, leading to more visible signs of aging and even a weaker immune system. Letting go, then, is more than a mental trick. It's a way to slow down the physical process of aging. The Stoics called this detachment, but it's not about not caring. It's about recognizing what's truly yours to influence and refusing to let the rest consume you. Epictetus put it plainly: "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." Once you live by this, the grip of old worries and regrets starts to loosen. You'll notice the change first in your body. The jaw unclenches, the brow relaxes, and even your breathing becomes easier. Over time, the physical effects of chronic stress soften. It's like taking a crumpled piece of paper and finally letting it smooth out. The result is a more youthful appearance, one that comes not from expensive products, but from a mind at peace. Consider Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor whose life embodied these principles. Despite facing unimaginable hardship, he focused only on what he could control: his attitude and response. His resilience didn't just help him survive, it gave him a calm presence that stayed with him for the rest of his life. That's the kind of internal strength that radiates outward, changing how others see you and how you see yourself. There's a quiet confidence in people who don't carry the world's problems on their backs. They don't waste energy on grudges or regrets. Instead, they move forward, and their bodies respond with renewed energy and a fresher appearance. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about making space for your body and mind to recover, to heal, and to show their best side. So, the next time you feel yourself clinging to something you can't change, remember that you have a choice. When you let go, you're not just protecting your peace of mind, you're giving your body permission to reset. That's the real secret behind a youthful presence, one that comes from within, not from outside fixes. But what happens when the challenge isn't just letting go, but learning to accept the changes that life throws at you? Is resisting change simply a mental struggle? Or could it be taking a toll on your body too? Some people seem to move through life with an ease that's hard to ignore. They adapt, shift, and seem to welcome whatever comes their way. This isn't just a personality trait, it's a powerful strategy for staying youthful. The Stoics understood this long before science caught up. Marcus Aurelius observed that everything is always in motion, and those who accept this reality suffer less. What's often overlooked is how much this attitude shapes not just your mood, but your physical presence. Think about what happens when you dig your heels in and refuse to adapt. The world moves on, but you're stuck in place. That resistance doesn't stay hidden. It seeps into your body. Your muscles tense up, your expressions grow rigid, and your energy feels heavy. Over time, this isn't just a feeling, it's visible. You start to carry yourself in a way that signals to others and to yourself that you're bracing for impact, not moving with the current. This kind of mental stagnation doesn't just slow your thoughts, it accelerates signs of aging. There's a direct link between how you handle change and how your brain ages. Scientists call it neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. When you resist change, you're essentially telling your brain to stop learning, to stop growing. It's like refusing software updates on your phone until it barely works. People who avoid new experiences or stick to the same routines day after day lose that flexibility. Their reactions become predictable, their habits stale, and the spark that once made them lively starts to fade. Now contrast that with people who seem ageless, no matter what year it says on their birth certificate. These are the ones who are always picking up new hobbies, exploring fresh ideas, or diving into unfamiliar experiences. They're not afraid to look a little foolish as they learn something new. That willingness to evolve keeps their minds sharp and their bodies engaged. It's not just anecdotal. Studies show that lifelong learning and mental engagement help preserve brain function and even support physical health. When you challenge yourself to learn a language, try a different sport, or even just read about topics outside your comfort zone, your brain forms new pathways. That activity keeps you alert, creative, and full of energy. Embracing change isn't just about avoiding the negatives, it actively generates positive energy. When you're open to growth, your body responds. Stress levels drop, inflammation decreases, and your face starts to relax. People notice the difference, not just in your posture but in the way you interact. You move with more ease, your eyes are brighter, and your presence feels lighter. There's a reason people gravitate toward those who are adaptable. They radiate a sense of possibility, and that's a hallmark of youth. Think for a moment about someone you know who's stuck in the past. Maybe they're always talking about how things used to be better, or they avoid anything that challenges their routines. Over time, that attitude becomes visible. Their posture slumps, their expressions tighten, and their energy feels drained. Compare that to someone who's always learning, always curious, always willing to try something new. Even if they're decades older, they often look and feel younger. Their movements are fluid, their faces are animated, and they have a kind of magnetism that's hard to fake. So, what does this mean for you? It's about paying attention to where you might be resisting change in your own life. Are there routines you cling to just because they're familiar? Are there opportunities you avoid because they feel uncomfortable? You don't have to overhaul your life overnight, but you can start by making small choices that invite growth. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from aligning yourself with the natural flow of life. Change isn't something to fear, it's the source of renewal. When you welcome change, you're not just adapting to the world, you're giving your mind and body a chance to stay flexible. That flexibility is what keeps you looking and feeling young. It's not about denying the passage of time, but about remaining open to what each new day brings. People sense this in you. They see the ease with which you handle setbacks, the curiosity you bring to new experiences, and the lightness in your step. That's what makes someone truly ageless. There's another layer to this that often goes unnoticed: the connection between embracing change and staying curious. Openness isn't just about accepting what happens, it's about actively seeking to understand and explore. Curiosity is the next step, and it might just be the most powerful tool you have for keeping your mind and body young. Some people move through life with a certain spark. They're always picking up new interests, asking questions, and seeing possibility where others see routine. This isn't just a personality quirk. It's a sign of a mind that refuses to settle. The real secret power of a curious mind is that it doesn't let you fall into the trap of monotony. It keeps you engaged with the world, reaching for new ideas and experiences, and that engagement shows up everywhere, in your thoughts, your energy, and even your face. Consider what actually happens when you stop being curious. Life shrinks. You fall into predictable patterns, repeating the same conversations and activities because they're comfortable. The days start to blur together. People who lose that drive to explore often seem older than they are, not just in their thinking, but in the way they carry themselves. The spark in their eyes fades, their expressions flatten, and their posture often closes in. This isn't just about mood. When your mind stops stretching, your brain loses important stimulation, which science tells us can speed up cognitive decline and sap your vitality. On the other hand, curiosity is like a mental workout. Each time you challenge yourself to learn something new, whether it's a language, a hobby, or just a different way of looking at a problem, you force your brain to build new connections. This process, known as neuroplasticity, is key to keeping your mind sharp. But here's what most people miss: that mental sharpness doesn't stay locked in your head. It radiates outward. Research shows that people who keep their minds active through curiosity-driven activities have better memory, stronger problem-solving skills, and even healthier bodies. Their energy levels are higher, their immune systems are stronger, and they tend to recover faster from setbacks. If you look at the people who seem to have a natural glow, there's often a pattern. They're the ones who treat life like an ongoing classroom. They're eager to read, travel, experiment, and debate. They don't shy away from things they don't understand. They lean into them. This openness is visible. Their eyes are brighter, their movements more animated, and their presence more compelling. There's a kind of youthful energy that comes from always being in learning mode. It's not about chasing novelty for its own sake, but about keeping your mind alive and responsive. The Stoics understood this long before modern science did. They believed in aligning with the flow of life, which means accepting that there's always more to discover. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid about some things." That's not just humility, it's a commitment to growth. When you allow yourself to ask questions, to admit you don't know, you stay in motion. That movement keeps you engaged, and engagement is the antidote to stagnation, both mentally and physically. Think about the difference between someone who welcomes new experiences and someone who avoids them. The first person is open, alert, and ready to adapt. The second is closed off, defensive, and slow to react. Over time, these differences add up. The curious person retains a sense of wonder, which translates into a lighter step and a more relaxed posture. The person who shuts out the new becomes rigid, both in body and mind. This isn't just theory. Studies confirm that sustained mental stimulation helps preserve brain function and slows down the biological markers of aging. People who keep learning tend to have lower levels of stress hormones, better sleep, and healthier skin. Their bodies reflect what's happening in their minds. When you're genuinely interested in life, your brain sends signals that keep your systems running smoothly. Your face becomes more expressive, your gestures more open, and your energy more inviting. You might not think that asking questions or picking up a new skill could have such visible effects, but the evidence is clear. The more you engage with the world, the more you invite vitality into your life. It's not about being the smartest person in the room or knowing all the answers. It's about refusing to let your mind go quiet. That refusal creates a ripple effect. Your thoughts become sharper, your body feels lighter, and people notice the difference even if they can't quite name it. If you haven't challenged yourself to learn something new lately, consider what you might be missing. Curiosity isn't just a mental exercise. It's a way of keeping your entire self in motion. And that motion is what keeps you looking and feeling young. When you make curiosity a habit, you give yourself permission to keep growing, no matter your age. But there's another factor that can impact how youthful you appear, one that goes deeper than thoughts or habits. What happens to your body when you keep your emotions bottled up? The answer might be written on your face in ways you haven't noticed yet. Let's get to the heart of what really shapes how youthful you look. The way you handle your emotions. Most people assume that aging is just about genetics or lifestyle choices, but there's a deeper layer that's often ignored. When you hold back what you feel, whether it's frustration, sadness, or even moments of joy, you're not just keeping the peace on the outside. You're creating tension inside your body. That tension doesn't just fade away, it settles into your muscles, your posture, and over time your face. Think about the subtle ways your body reacts when you swallow your words or push down a strong feeling. Your jaw tightens, your shoulders rise, and your brow furrows. These small, repeated actions become habits, and those habits start to leave marks. It's not just about a single bad day. It's about years of unspoken emotions building up, leaving their signature in the form of lines, stiffness, and a heaviness that's hard to disguise. The science backs this up. Studies show that people who consistently suppress their emotions have higher levels of stress hormones like cortisol. That chronic stress slows down collagen production, dulls your skin, and deepens the lines that tension creates.